It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Luby, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim fram sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another bright and cheery edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. It is a beautiful day at Gulfstream Park. We're going to get loaded up onto the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group. We are at Ten Palms at Gulfstream Park. I think everybody could hear us, and I'm going to say it right out loud. More Luby sabotage has just hit the show.
You know what? Honestly, this was an interesting test run because I don't know if he had time before rushing to the hospital to sabotage the show. And if he can actually control the weather to do this, he is wasting his skills sabotaging minor podcasts.
So
with those
here's
talents.
the situation. Jeff Defo of Forest, I understand you had a little bit of a ordeal, a schlep to get down here. You needed a canoe.
Rough trip all the way. Well, I was on my walk of life, and we saw a wall of water coming our way, so we had to cut things short a little bit. But I couldn't outrun it, it turns out. You can't outrun the weather. I ended up getting soaked for the first time there. Then Commercial Boulevard was a literal aqua bloodbath. Couldn't really traverse that very easily, so it took me a long time. I finally get here. And the parking lots here at Gulfstream Park, I will say they have a tendency to flood a little bit.
It's like my old house, my old neighborhood.
Pretty much. So I figured, let me try a new strategy. And I end up going to the south parking lot thinking I might be able to, I know the north one always floods right before you get to the track. So you're going to be schlepping through some water, maybe ankle deep. So I take about 5 steps and then I realize, you know how they have the big drop off sometimes when you walk in the ocean?
Yes. And you don't see it coming.
And then boom, all of a sudden you're like up to your neck in water. That's how it ended up. But for the dedication to the show, and you have to applaud the professor's patience here. He tried virtually everything and finally ended up taking one of the plugs and plugging it right into one of his body cavities.
It worked.
And it worked. So here we are. I've already finished my lunch, though. So I'll be snacking on this other stuff.
The problem is Luby is a new dad, so I can't do my logical conclusion, which is to
I don't think he
murder
could have
him.
done it. Yeah.
No. Okay, first of all, let's set the stage. Luby is still with baby Luca. Doing well, but because it came a little bit prematurely, they have to hold for observation, but everything is doing well. He can't join us now because it's time for one of Luca's feedings. And
is he breastfeeding this baby? I don't understand this. He has to bail out for the feedings. What exactly is Luby's role during the feedings?
I wonder if he's wearing one of those vests.
Can you milk me, Fokker?
You know those vests where they have the bottles?
I didn't understand it. He said, well, I got to go because we got the feeding. Now, is he training or something?
Basically, they're doing it together. He's a very involved parent. I do admire that about him, but he's got to understand his nipples don't work. And at this point, no, they're doing bottle feedings, and he likes to hold the bottle a little bit. They're co-parenting.
I was wondering if the kid really wanted him around while he was eating that.
I don't know. But
somebody like, hey, Dad, you got my allowance?
So Luby is off in Daddy Land. We've got Ken the Professor ably filling in, and the initial delay was actually technical difficulties on a power. It was a power outage here. It knocked out the Wi-Fi. We were trying to get our hotspot going. The hotspot. Nobody wants to hear our problems, but the bottom line.
That one, to be honest, may have been Mayo sabotage.
No.
Yes, because we had two. We had the first one, and it was like a brownout, and Mayo was like, "Is that going to affect anything?" And it didn't. The network stayed up there, and then so I was like, "No, it doesn't really seem to knock anything out." And then 3 minutes later we had another one and we were done for 35 minutes.
For a little bit, but that's okay because we keep trying. And the other news for the day here from Gulfstream is because of
you said it was a beautiful day. Now wait a minute, this is going to contradict your opening statement, which a lot of people just make. Hey, good morning everybody, nice to be with you and all of that. I've done that my whole career, but I don't know that you could really say that this was a beautiful day.
Again, this is
They
the
canceled
problem.
racing. You were hammered here at the
The
start.
problem of using sarcasm. I was, I guess, alluding to the fact that
It's a beautiful day in the clubhouse.
it's a beautiful day somewhere.
It's great to be here. No, it really
I
is.
mean,
I mean,
they got simulcasting. They got
is that the
food,
Peking
they got
duck? I
booze.
mean, that looks great. Were you sampling on that?
So, as you mentioned, live racing has been canceled for the remainder of the day. I believe they ran 2 races, and they determined the track was just too sloppy and not particularly safe. So they're going to try again tomorrow. We're going to have live racing over the weekend. We're going to have a contest that's going to involve tomorrow's racing on the main track, which hopefully will be up and running tomorrow. But it is going to be a lot of stuff going on. We're going to get Joe Beja in pretty soon to talk about next weekend's happenings at Gulfstream, where they're going to have another one of these great taste at the tracks, the Caribbean-themed cuisine, food from throughout the islands, along with all kinds of great rums and
And
rum
I just
drinks.
want to say to all your viewers, excuse the soft erotic lighting that's going on. We have brown out. They've got a green room set up because they're having some sort of UFC thing going on.
What's that all
So,
about?
so
You know anything about that?
tomorrow night, well, we'll ask Joe, but I believe they're having some sort of one of these new mixed martial arts or UFC, some sort of kind of hand-to-hand combat.
There's a
that's
lot
not-
of strange stuff going on. I got a call from a guy the other day. I mean, I've been involved with this bare knuckle fighting championship a little bit
Yes, you
on a
told me.
peripheral level. Nothing substantial there. And they have all kinds of crazy kickboxing and variations.
Yes.
So I get a call from a guy, friend of mine. He says, "Hey, can you find a corner man for me? I got a guy coming down for a fight card. I think it's October 12th. Must be Saturday or something. No, that would be, I don't know, whenever it is. It's like this weekend at the Hard Rock. No, at the American Bank Center where the Panthers play. And they got a whole new fight league now that involves hockey fighters taking on mixed martial artists in some kind of bizarre new
Hockey
rules.
fighters?
Yeah. This guy's like a hockey fighter. He's like known for all of his hockey fights, like Rosie Baymont, former owner of the Penalty
Okay.
Box
Is
Lounge.
this like a hockey fighter we would have heard of? It's like
I don't know.
Probert
You
or
know what? The
Or
kid
there's
that
something-
contacted me, he said he needed a corner man, and he never gave me any details.
some
and
guy
I never
who's
came
fighting
through.
for the Saskatoon Moose in the.
This is happening,
Junior
whatever this
AA
is,
league.
at the American Bank Center. It's like a whole new form of hand-to-hand
I mean,
combat.
is it like Keith Kachuk is fighting some guy?
That kind of thing.
Because
Yeah.
I wouldn't think the Panthers would be permissive of that.
I had a question. Has anybody ever seen an Amarant Bank? Where is a branch of Amarant Bank?
It's
I don't
actually
know.
A
No.
great question. I've never
Good
heard
question. Yeah. Does it exist? What is it? An online bank?
of it. This goes back to the famous BBVA Compass Bowl,
Okay.
which apparently BBVA was some bank out of like Venezuela or somewhere, was clearly designed just to launder drug money. But they sponsored the bowl game in Mobile, Alabama for a bunch of years. And I, not knowing this was a bank, thought it was a company that made compasses and was like, how does a company that made compass afford to sponsor a bowl game? Like, how many compasses can you be selling in 20?
How about the FTX arena?
It's
Which
like the University of Phoenix having a football team, even though they're an online
one of
school.
our favorites, the battlefrogs.com bowl, where supposedly this company that ran mud races, that was their thing. They raced through the mud. It was called Battle Frog.
I did that today.
Made enough money to sponsor the Fiesta Bowl. So
Nice.
they outbid Tostitos for the Fiesta Bowl. And it was always like, you should just call it the El
I
Chavez
think Luby
Bowl.
wants to join in. You want to click on in, and we'll get the
There he
latest
goes.
Luca update. You just click on that little
Yeah,
bar
yeah,
underneath
yeah,
the
yeah, I
thing.
got
You
it.
got it? No. Okay. There we go. Now we got to
There
figure
he
out
Oh,
the
look at
right
this guy. Wow.
Right
screen.
combination.
Yeah,
you gotta make
if
us
you go
change
into the
those.
screen, there we go. We could do that.
I did it.
What?
You're good.
Well, now you just
You
look
did
like a
it.
floating
You mean
head.
you admit to what Don Jaffe just alluded to, which is that you
What?
pulled sabotage that we couldn't get on.
I'm not God yet. Maybe one day, but no, that was not me. Let's do this.
We tease because we love Luby. How are you today? How's little Luca doing?
He is doing very well. He's right now doing feeding number 3 for today with mommy and grandma.
Okay, so you got
What do you have? A
relieved-
Reuben sandwich? What's he eating?
He had a lot of breast milk. Actually, it's impressive. For day number 2, mommy's producing. She's calling herself a cow, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but in this world is great. Pretty much all his feedings right now are all based on my wife.
Now, are you also breastfeeding? That's what we wanted to
You want
know
one
the
of those
answer.
Yeah,
to,
are you lactating as
yeah,
well?
'cause,
And Ken was also wondering if you had one of those daddy like breasts where you kind of latch the bottle in and it looks like a boob. Is that something in your wardrobe these
No,
days?
no, nope, nope.
Okay.
No.
We'll be
We're pumping and breastfeeding and formula will be our world.
all
For
right.
those
Well,
who
that
remember the skit from the Chappelle show, he's being
Yeah,
fed
yeah,
to
yeah,
fight
yeah.
his Cambodia.
all right. We're talking about lunch, and the kid has been fed, which is good. We're eating all the good thing. We miss you this week, Luby. I put in a really good special order for you. We got the French dip, which I chowed down half of it.
Nice.
I've got
I was wondering where the other half went. Where did
right
they
in
go?
my belly,
Holy
right here,
moly.
because I started stress eating. It was very stressful, but we got through it. And chicken Milanese, which also
That looks great.
it came out perfect,
Wow.
beautiful, golden crisp on the outside over that bed of angel hair pasta, which was not overcooked, with some arugula on top. And Ken, being the sophisticate that he is, you got the charcuterie platter.
Yes, I
right?
got the charcuterie.
Yeah.
How is that doing?
It's always good. The mortadella here is always top notch.
And you can find delicacies such as these every day that there's live racing at Gulfstream.
No
at
bigger
10 Palms.
fan of the 10 Palms and the whole setup here in Joe Beja than Sheldon G, our man, who
Yes.
it seems like every Sunday he gets himself a sweet by himself. Always has one of the dishes that is, I mean, just typically great here at 10 Palms. And I mean, you would swear he was putting a picture up just saying,
Is
hey,
he still firing
if I
bombs?
died and went to heaven, this would be the place.
Is he still firing NFL bombs in Las Vegas?
I
This year?
haven't
Yeah.
seen these giant tickets from Sheldon G, but we've seen some interesting ones. And I'm not sure that they're his or he's just posting stuff that he finds interesting. But somebody bet $1.3 million on the, I think it was on the Jets, believe it or not. And they ended up going down and not covering
That's
the point
probably not
spread.
doing well.
Yeah. So he bet $1.3 million to win 800,000. And he bought a point with the Jets, and they got clobbered by like
$1.3
30.
million to win 800. That's like minus 135.
Minus 160, yeah.
Minus
He
160.
bought a point on top of what was
On the
given.
Jets?
You paid minus 160 for 1 point in the
Something
NFL.
like that, yeah. It was ridiculous. It might have been Mayo. I
Honestly,
don't know.
that's the.
Might have been Mayo.
Have you ever seen Vegas Vacation where Chevy Chase keeps losing to that same dealer? And at some point, the dealer's like, I'll tell you what, why don't you just give me half your money?
Yeah.
I'll take you out back and kick you in the balls. And it'll be half.
So I
If you're
used to
paying minus
feel about the
160
track.
to
Yeah.
buy a point on the Jets, it feels like that's what you're doing.
On a rainy day like this, we used to consider maybe driving up to the gate at the old days when Calder was open like 8 months a year and throwing 200 under the gate and then just driving back home. And
I feel like it would just have been better to stay home and just burn the money right in front of the
Exactly.
front doorstep. But this is not one of those days. I'm going to still plug away here at Keeneland is running. They got the simulcast going. There was a big bomb that just kicked off the pick 4, and I hit the all button in the first leg. So
good for you.
maybe, hopefully, we can get something going in the
Chicken
salvage.
Milanese, is that what you're
Chicken
saying?
Milanese, excellent, very crispy.
How would
golden.
what would be your description?
My description would be: it looks like it's
You were writing a
pounded.
story, yeah.
It's a pounded chicken thigh, which means it's a little bit of a darker and richer meat. Cold and again with the crispy coating, and it gives it that nice crunch on the outside. The Milanese is very popular. It's a big dish that's from Argentina by way of Italy, and I love the way they prepare it here
I was
at
about to
10
say
Palms.
Milan, Argentina.
Well, there's a lot of Italians that resettled in Argentina after the war. And
Oh, really?
yeah,
Where'd you get that
I
from?
thought that was exclusively German. I
You
didn't
sound
know
like a
that
member of the
that's
Trump
in Brazil.
administration. You just
It
made
was-
that up.
It
Yeah.
was the boys from Brazil, and then Argentina took a big influx of Italians, and so that's why if you go to Buenos Aires, they have a lot of good Italian food, and just like our old friends on the beach there,
Oh,
Carlos,
yeah. Las Brisas.
Las Brisas was Argentine steakhouse.
I mean,
They had good pastas there.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they were great.
Yeah, so
That was a fantastic restaurant. It was among my favorites. I have a few that have gone out of business, unfortunately. Tony's Casanopolis was probably number 1 in that category. And then Las Brisas would be number 2.
Now, have you seen
Great
these,
restaurants
these
that went out of
I
business.
had my wedding rehearsal dinner. there.
Monero's maybe another one. But I only liked it. How could you be a restaurant famous for a salad? They were famous for this gorgonzola salad they had, but I
know.
guess the steaks were good there.
Now,
and
have you
everything
seen these Argentine gaucho grills that are becoming really popular with people who like to cook outdoors?
Well, I mean, I know there's this yellow green farmers market in Hollywood that's weekends only, and basically outdoors they have a whole bunch of these gauchos. Like everywhere you look, there's just piles of flaming meat, just smoke.
I think they're very cool, but they're like $5,000 for a decent brand, and they're basically just a fire pit with like a rack that moves up and down.
Oh, you're talking about you buy this and you do it at home, or
I have to show you.
All right. Well, all I know is that there's a lot of rodizio type restaurants that are getting popular around town.
Are they still popular?
Yeah, downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
Besides
yeah.
Chima, which has been there for 30 years.
Chima is really good.
Now you got Fogo de Chao, which is like a chain, an upscale chain on Las Olas.
Say that again to my face.
Fogo de Chao.
You too, Mayo.
And then there's one called Lasso Gaucho, which is on Sunrise Boulevard, right across from the Galleria Mall. And that gets some positive reviews. I have not eaten at either one of those yet because you know me. If I go to an all-you-can-eat place now on my Ozempic, it's just a waste of money because I'll just have like one plate and I'm done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We haven't seen evidence of that yet. I mean,
in the old days, I would have.
He only had a couple bites of the Milanese.
In the old days, I would have had the whole sandwich and half of the Milanese. Now I had a little bit of the Milanese.
That's
and
okay.
half the sandwich.
The professor and I are more than okay with that.
Oh,
Trust me.
yeah.
It was a very haggling
we don't
day with
suffer
the
those
rain. I'm
limitations.
still soaking wet from the knee down from walking
I'm just
through the puddle.
amazed we actually are doing a show.
Well, no, it's good. Some days.
And then Luby's on it. How about the
Can
fact
I
that Luby's
say?
on it?
Can you guys hear me? You can hear me.
Yes,
Um,
yes, we can.
I
sorry.
openly apologize to Ken
Oh,
because every single time he fills in now, and look, for anyone who wants a question, Ken's the one that taught me how to do any of this. So Ken's highly capable. But for some reason, the gods like me and are mean to him. Every time he fills in now, everything goes to garbage. Like it's the craziest thing.
No, it's role reversal because we used to do like the Defo radio days.
Oh, yeah.
And
A lot of weird
literally
shit,
things
stuff
like
would happen.
the laptop would explode.
Yeah.
When Luby was running.
And the thing I'm proud of, whether it's Ken that's filling in or you running the show, we have had very few blown remotes, which is something that happened frequently, I guess, when you guys were on the radio.
We led the league in blown remotes.
Yeah.
In fact, we were quite proud of that. But we would always find a way. Somehow we would find a way to manufacture a show no matter what we had to do.
Well,
Yes.
And that's what
Mostly.
we're doing today.
and if we did, we'd fake it well.
And this is
Yes.
it's
Luby
not
and I
a-
actually faked an entire football game up in Daytona Beach. one time.
Yes. The guy standing in the booth. We have no
Guys,
internet, no connection, and we're just doing the game.
Part of that
The
business
telephone
also.
line kept going in and out. So Luby and I were like, he's standing here, so we're just going to keep going as if that giant red light isn't
Act like you're on
flashing.
the air. Act like you're on the air. Any calls out there? Oh, not yet? Okay.
and this one we're just going to put into the delayed column, and where we got the show on the road, and
Absolutely.
it's going to be available
Under the
for
circumstances.
consumption
it was
later on. And
remarkable.
we got Joe Beja in the wings, and we're going to bring him on right now
Yay.
to congratulate the new dad.
Oh, nice.
Defo. We got a fourth. I don't know what we're
We got
doing.
a
I'm a
fourth.
little bit verblunget, as the Yiddish
You know,
expression.
Devo has bets to make. Don't even. You know, he has bets to make.
Okay, we'll let him go. We got
They are
Daddy
simulcast.
Luby here. We got Joe Beja in the house.
Hey,
And,
there he is.
Hold on a second, and we got a lot to catch up with you because you were gone on a little well-deserved R&R last week in New Orleans.
Yes.
How you doing, sir? And say hello to the new proud papa off in the
Hey,
corner.
Daddy Luby.
Joe B.
How are you?
Hey, Joe. How you doing, my friend?
Good, good. Yeah, New Orleans was as fun as it usually is, except for the outcome of the football game. But we won last night, so
There you go.
there's my
And
Giants.
I mean, really, that 2-week stretch tells you why you should not bet on NFL games.
yeah, it's crazy.
Giants, very arguably, and I know the Jets are winless, but like roster-wise, very arguably the Saints are the worst team in the NFL. And then they come back 4 days later and beat Philadelphia half to death.
It makes no sense. Do you have any regrets that you went to New Orleans to that game instead of going up to the Meadowlands for a Thursday night game? But I guess
Well, one of the guys in my family is a season ticket holder for the Giants, so he goes to the Meadowlands all the time, or the MetLife, I should say. So we always try and take it on the road. Like we're already looking at some of the cities next year. Giants looks like they're going to be playing in Houston and Indy, and we'll see. Of course, there's always Dallas. We haven't been there yet, but it was
But
good.
let's get to the important stuff. And before we get into what's going to be happening here at Gulfstream next weekend, which is a great doubleheader between the Taste of the Track Saturday, we're going to do one of our Sunday brunch bashes for the Lunchbox on next Sunday, the 19th. If you want in on that, just email me at mikemayoeats@gmail.com. But let's talk food in New Orleans, which is, I guess, turned out to be the highlight of the weekend, but not
Yes.
the game, right?
Shocking.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, shocking. Well, I mean, got off the plane. I was probably the last one to arrive, and it's funny. I sent two of my cousins that flew in early from New York. I said, okay, just head for breakfast to the Ruby Slipper. Classic New Orleans mini chain with biscuits and gravy and Southern breakfast, etc. Then we went for lunch. I took them to the Napoleon House again, old school. Did a Pim's Cup flight.
Oh, a Pim's Cup flight.
Yeah,
Nice. And what did you have at the Napoleon House? Are they famous for, do they have
Their muffaletta, which is good. I know it's not
Okay.
Central Grocery, and Cachon Butcher does a really nice warm muffaletta.
Yes, I've
But
had
so
that.
does Napoleon House. Their gumbo is good as well. We all got some jambalaya for the middle of the table. So a few of my family members had never been to New Orleans, so I was just kind of throwing them into the fire with
Right. And you said you stayed contained around the French Quarter district,
the
a little bit of the
warehouse.
warehouse, which is
Yes.
all walkable, stumbleable,
Yes.
depending on what you're
So
consuming.
it's
Do you
fun.
like Sazeracs? Have you had?
I did.
Yeah.
So we ended up that first day. So we did Napoleon House, and I always like a good story, whether it's true or not. But the building was built in 1797 for the mayor of New Orleans, and then in 1820 it was offered to Napoleon for exile instead of Waterloo. Of course, he went to Waterloo and died, but they call it the Napoleon House because it was offered to Napoleon, according to folklore, at one point to come to New Orleans.
Nice.
And this goes with what we were talking about on the sports show last week, which makes Zion Williamson's weight loss the most impressive
Yes.
athlete weight loss.
Probably did not spend the summer in New Orleans. Now the question is,
I'm not
whatever-
sure he spent the summer anywhere with food. They might have thrown him on an island. Like
That's true.
Survivor, the new
might just
episode,
live
this
with
new
a
season.
basketball.
But-
And
Yeah, so we bounced from there. We went from the Napoleon House. I took them to Pat O'Brien so they can see where the hurricane came from, and then we ended up at the Carousel Bar at the Hotel Monteleone, and that's where I got my Sazerac.
Very good.
oh, really?
Now,
Went
you
to
said
the
you-
carousel. You not go with the Ramos Gin Fizz?
No,
Okay.
oh, I'm against the Ramos Gin Fizz because I remember when I first became a bartender, people were
Oh,
asking
yeah.
for that on a Sunday brunch, and the whole raw egg.
I was
and the
about to
foam
say
and
you
the-
gotta.
It's like a
separate
nightmare
egg
for
whites.
me, and I'm just like, you know what? I will never do that to another
My buddy
bartender.
PC feels that way about the mojito.
Yeah.
Like
Well, he doesn't like muddling
Doesn't like
things.
the
no,
muddling.
Muddle.
he had a rule. He would do it till like 9 o'clock, but past 9 o'clock, no mojitos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Sounds like my experience with Bloody Marys at Houston's. Oh, there I go again
Yeah.
on that. But made your way to the Dickie Brennan or one of the Brennan properties.
So, we made our way to one of the Brennan's places. I mean, we were trying for Desi Vegas or some other steakhouses. My cousin Rob is big into steakhouses. If I could find him a Wagyu A5, he would love it. But Dickie Brennan's was great. I mean, they did a great job. I joke around and said it's the best steakhouse in the basement of a garage that you'll ever go to. You walk in, it's all old school steakhouse, the dark woods, the wine bottle displays and so forth. And my cousin Rob travels with his own wine. He has his own wine collection. He's got the little wine suitcase with the foam and
That's
everything.
like
some
Jimmy
serious, yeah.
You know, so we walked in there with like 2 bottles of Cab, and it was hilarious to see that one of the bottles of Cab that we walked in was listed on the wine list for $1,800.
Oh wow! But what was corkage there?
$1,800.
Corkage was like 25.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
God.
So you got away with
It's a
something.
big
Big time.
discount off
Oh, but let
1,800.
me ask you, as a hospitality pro, is it considered a little bit of a faux pas to bring in a wine that is available on the wine list?
I'm not a fan of that,
Mhm.
but
But
I
when
don't-
it's
it's my cousin. I mean, personally, what it's always been here when I do corkage here, it might be $20 or $25. If it's on my wine list, it might be 40.
Mm.
Okay.
I might double it a little bit more because it's on my wine list. But
Right.
what happens then is people will get into semantics. They'll say, "Oh, but your wine list is a 2021 vintage. This is a 2018. So
Right.
technically, it's not on your wine
Right. It
list."
scored higher on the Wine
Yeah,
Spectator, my
yeah.
vintage.
And my cousin knows all those tricks too.
And
Right.
then you're fighting with
he's like-
wine people.
He's like, I
yeah,
bought.
look,
He's like, I bought it in Bond Street, Vicina, but I bought it in the 19, and your wine list is a 2021, and
Right.
the 2021 was
All
going
right.
for like 1800.
they
Oh,
accommodated
yeah,
you
they
because
commented.
the
The Somm
Brennans
was
are
fantastic. What cracked me up is he came out. He brought in a second bottle called I think it's called Tusk.
Mhm.
I think is what it was called. And the Somm looked at it and he goes, "Oh wow!" He goes, "We're still on the wait list." So Dickie Brennan's was on the way, and my cousin walks in with this bottle, and we're like, "Oh, come back! You could try a glass." You know?
Nice.
And, it was hilarious.
That'll reduce the corkage fee.
And then he came over and goes, "Yeah, on the wait list. Look at the wholesale price." And when he walked away, my cousin goes, "I'm a member of the vineyard. I actually get it for like $50 less or something like that."
Ooh,
So
nice.
What's the wholesale
You know.
price? Just out of curiosity, since the other one was 1,800.
the wholesale price on this was like I think $650, and he gets it for like
Oof.
$6 or something like that.
Jeez.
But he traveled.
You're
traveled
hanging
with,
out with pretty classy company.
He listen. I just tell people like
That bottle of
my-
wine costs more than my ticket to the Seminoles game.
Well, and
last
honestly,
week.
it's probably actually good as opposed to Louis XIV, what people
Yeah.
love to drink to show off.
Yeah.
And I don't think is particularly tasty myself.
I can't say
I've had Louis
a bottle.
XIV.
I've never had it.
On the initial palate for Louis XIV, it's nothing that blows you away, but to me, it's the finish.
Okay.
Like I feel like sometimes you could still feel it 15, 20 minutes later that you had a sip of
always a
Louis
nice
XIV.
thing. Hey, why don't we take
Or little
our
tray, I should
first break? Luby, you want to? We can dismiss you if you'd like to get back to daddy duties.
I mean, I'm here actually. My wife and grandma, maternal grandma, are spending time with the latest edition, and my sister-in-law is watching me talk to a phone. So I'm free for whenever you guys want me. If you want to kick me off, I can go.
I'm not kicking you out.
Yeah.
I just I didn't know if you had more pressing.
No, I'm
matters.
good.
Before we take our first break, I do want to put in the good word about the upcoming Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. It is going to be back before you know it, January 19th to the 25th of 2026, which is only 3 months away, basically. And that's crazy to me, but it makes a great holiday gift for the food lover in your life. Go online to vlfoodwine.com and get your tickets today. All the big events, there are tickets still available, although not the VIP for the grand tasting. That's sold out already. So you want to get your tickets for the grand tasting on Saturday, January 24th, right now, because that will be a sellout. And it is a great time, all-day affair with plenty of food and drink, kind of like the Taste of the Tracks that they run here at Gulfstream, which will be next week. But vlfoodwine.com, there's going to be all kinds of intimate dinners around town, along with seminars and, of course, the other events, a barbecue event on Friday night, a Asian-themed rock and roll event is going to have a new venue on the Thursday night. It's all there, vlfoodwine.com. Go online today and get your tickets now. All right, let's take our first of two breaks, and then we'll come back and we'll talk with Joe Beja about next week's happenings, including the Caribbean, Taste of the Caribbean, right here, well, upstairs on the third floor of the Flamingo Room at Gulfstream Park after these words. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-face smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years. Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, shenanigans, great seafood, and more at Mignonette Miami. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood at 210 Northeast 18th Street, close to the Arch Center and Heat Arena. Mignonette is open every day for dinner, and it serves the freshest fish and raw bar items with a daily selection of the finest oysters around. Chef owner Danny Surfer and his team are eager to please. Mignonette is Michelin Guide recommended and Lunchbox approved. For reservations and information, go to mignonnettemiami.com. Hello. Now I don't hear the music, but I hope we're back.
Yes, we're back.
Okay, good. We're at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park with the Executive Director of Hospitality here at Gulfstream, Joe Beja. And we've got lots going on next week.
I'm going to turn Luby back on.
We've got the Taste at the Track, which will be featuring
there he is.
the food and drink of the Caribbean. And Joe, what is cooking for next week?
Sure. So absolutely. Just if you are looking for tickets, so please go on our website, www.gulfstreampark.com, and click on your opportunity for tickets. As of now, we've sold 168, and we usually cap out at about 325.
Okay.
We're halfway there. We always find out that last 100, 150 will always happen the week of the event.
Can you tell, like, how many of these are repeats? How many people are coming, like, to every event or every other event? Do you have a good retention rate?
Well, up until yesterday, we hadn't done any. Yes, I mean, I'd say at least maybe 33, 40% keeps coming back. I mean, as of yesterday, before we had sold 138 tickets, and then we have 30 tickets given to the casino to bring in some of their players. So we're at 168. But that 138 was just found organically by people looking at our website. When's the next event? You know, we put table tent cards on the table a month out, announce the next one. Like, we'll put out table tents to announce the martinis and paninis and linguini for November 6th.
Or because of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
And Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. But
and
people,
the Let's Eat South Florida
yes.
group, which
Yes,
you guys-
Let's Eat South Florida.
So,
we doing a couple hundred.
Yep. So usually, like at this, it's kind of a formula that's been working very well for us. So let's say we're at 168 now. Yesterday went out the email blast. By Monday or Tuesday, we'll be at 2 and change, and then we'll start pushing out advertising on social media and so forth, and that usually gets us to the 300.
And as we always like to point out with these things, the VIP is worth it. Get the get
For
that
the-
first hour up front
for the
You
extra.
always
It's
get
only
your
an extra
money's worth.
$25, $85 to the VIP.
Correct.
Always
$60.
well worth
You know, both of them are great values
Yes.
because you're there all day, eating, drinking, play the races. You got yourself a nice table.
That's correct.
Especially if you get the VIP, you could get there early and be right overlooking the track. And tickets available, gulfstreampark.com, and you just look on the main page, and you'll usually be able to click on it or do the gulfstreampark.com/events, and it'll go right to the page. You've got your menu worked up, huh? Jason,
We do.
Chef Jason has been hard at work, and what's
Yeah.
it looking like?
So we have at table 1 will be grilled jumbo jerk chicken wings with a mango pineapple salsa, and then we'll have conch fritters with a calypso sauce. So the jerk wings obviously will be representing Jamaica, and the conch fritters will be Turks and Caicos. Table 2 will be a stuffed plankton cups with picadillo, which is really from Puerto Rico. We'll have the griot and pickles from Haiti. That'll be also at table 2. Table 3 will be ham croquettes with aioli mojo aioli from Puerto Rico. And then we'll do coconut milk ceviche shooters from the Bahamas. And table 4 will be, I'm sorry, I didn't do my research on this, but the chana alu, which is from the Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do also some sandwichitos from Puerto Rico as well at table 4. And then the giant buffet table will be arroz con gandules, a Trinidadian macaroni pie. There'll be a 3-bean salad, and we will have cassava fries with cilantro aioli.
Nice. That is
And
quite the lineup.
Dessert
and
will be
desserts, of course.
Coconut flan, rum cake, a hummingbird cake, and coconut and pineapple mousse. And I promise next week I'll do a little more research on the terms. So I
don't know what I don't know what a hummingbird.
Yeah,
You got me
yeah.
stumped,
I'm gonna have to
and
Google that
I will Google that during the next break.
I'm
But
gonna
again,
Google it
Chef
right
Jason, he comes up with all kinds of things theme appropriate. Do you have the rum lineup yet? And
so the rum lineup will be Papa's Pilar, Don Q, Ron Zacapa, Plantere Rum, Diplomatico, Appleton Estate, Havana Club by Bacardi, Santa Teresa from Venezuela. We have a Cask 420, which is a spiced hemp rum.
okay,
So
Okay.
and then I love my guys from Pernod Ricard that represent Malibu, but they said no, we want to do Glenlivet Caribbean Cask.
right.
I'm like,
So the
And you
rum is
said yes.
aged in old.
it's a Scotch. It's a Scotch.
Oh, it is a Scotch.
Yeah,
Okay.
aged in an old rum cask.
Oh,
I know. There you go.
that sounds like me.
Hummingbird cake, by the way, appears to be a carrot cake except with bananas instead of carrots.
Oh, well then Val
So
can eat
banana bread.
carrots if it's I like a good banana
Yeah.
cake kind of thing. And
Well, no, it's
That's
very
good.
similarly spiced
Yeah.
to a carrot cake. It has cream cheese frosting.
okay,
Only they appear to use bananas instead of
okay,
carrots.
perfect,
Which,
perfect for us.
I mean, honestly, I don't know many people who are like, the carrots are my favorite part of carrot cake.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the carrot cake.
it's
is
the
the
cream
carrot.
cheese.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
carrots.
the frosting. So it might be. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
the hummingbird cake. All right, and more rums.
More rums: Mount Gay, Pusser's Navy rum for the
yeah.
painkiller,
Good.
Barcelo Imperial for a passion fruit mojito,
And
and then Kenny Chesney's rum, which is Blue Chair Bay, will be like a prickly bay.
all
I
right,
had
Almost
no
like a
idea
margarita
Kenny
type
Chesney was making a rum.
everybody,
Neither-
all
Every
these celebs.
celebrity is making
you
booze
know,
now.
it's
yeah.
everybody has a podcast, and every celebrity is making a spirit.
And
Yeah,
you know the funny thing is some of these rums that are on here, I usually do cap out at 14 tables.
Okay.
And that's it. That's what I have space for. But I have vendors and suppliers that are keeping tabs on these events, and they're like, "Hey, we
Hey,
were on your
they want
website,
in.
and I represent this particular rum." And I just tell them, "Okay, I'm going to bring in 12 bottles. You'll have a cocktail. You have to come out and pour it. Do not ask me for a cocktail on my menu. Those are spoken for. Those are taken. This is just exposure of your rum
Right.
for 300
Marketing.
people.
Yep.
Marketing, and that's it."
Good. Well,
And it works
Doug,
too,
wait.
because I was out here for one of the tequila events and discovered like 3 or 4 tequilas I'd never heard of, but
Yeah.
were excellent.
so it's good for those who are interested in trying new things. And again, that's going to be next Saturday, the 18th.
I didn't know.
Luby, will you or Shirley be here drinking? I guess now that
This
you
is
never.
very interesting. The current event, both of Luca's entrance into the world and my wife's exit of pregnancy, may open things up. Now it's very early, so I don't know if she's going to want to be leaving the baby. So we'll see. But she can drink now, and she can. He said something about a ceviche. It may be hard to keep her back. She may be there, and I may not be there. I'm not going to lie to you. Like she's not even that big of a drinker, but she's been looking at alcohol like she's Homer Simpson with a Duff beer. So
Yeah.
I'm not asking yet, but Joe, we may be making a special appearance because I can't lie, my wife's ready for some great food and a great alcoholic beverages.
This is why you have grandparents, because you could leave the kids home for a couple of
Yes.
hours. It's not all day. It's not all night. It's
Yep.
just a couple of
Yep.
hours, and you'll make
Yep.
your way up back. And then you got to make a choice, though, because not only do we have the great taste at the track next Saturday,
Yeah,
but
I want to be at the brunch bash.
Sunday will be our seasonal lunchbox brunch bash at Ten Palms right here, Sunday the 19th. If you want in, all you got to do, email me with the number of people in your party to mikemayoeats@gmail.com by, let's say, next Friday morning, and I'll get the final list to Joe. And, we have a good time. We have some contest winners come out, some show people, Ken, sometime. You're going to make it next week?
I am not. I'm in Cleveland. next
Oh,
weekend.
okay. Ooh, that sounds like.
Okay, going to Cleveland.
Who did you lose a bet to?
My friend Durson. No, we went to the Dolphins game last year up there, and we really enjoyed it. So we're going back for
Oh, wow.
another likely Dolphins
You
loss.
are a masochist. Not just get to see the great
Honestly,
Miami
I'm not gonna
Dolphins.
lie. I
team.
could use a weekend of like weather in the 50s.
Kielbasa
too.
and
Like,
beer.
Yeah,
the weather has taken it out of me this
Actually, Cleveland is not a bad food town. It
year.
gets a
I'm
bum
telling you,
rap.
the
I know.
Michael Simon restaurants
are
are
good.
They're pretty
Yeah.
good.
off the. I mean, you wouldn't think of Ohio in general, much less Cleveland, for barbecue. But Michael Simon's barbecue joint up there, Mabel's, is as good as anything you'll find in Texas, in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Well, enjoy that. We'll be enjoying the brunch bash. Again, all day buffet and at a discounted rate, because Joe is generous enough to want to reward those of us who are, into the Let's Eat group and the Lunchbox. $44 per person plus tax and tip. That's set at the usual rate, but it's $44 instead of $55 is a great deal, especially when you could be here all day. Omelet Station.
And I just
Carvery.
learned something food because growing up South Florida, where of course we trend everything towards Cuban cuisine, I did not know that ham croquetas were a Puerto Rican thing. I assumed those were a Cuban thing because you see them on every
It's a
Cuban
Spain
menu.
thing.
It's from all over
Yes.
the island.
It derives, as someone who was just in Spain, and literally every city, every meal they have croquetas, it derives from Spain. So that's why literally every Latin country has a form of it, and they fight over who started it. It started in Spain, from what I'm told.
Interesting.
But that's
But Puerto Rico does a dang good job with it, I'll tell you that.
We'll find that at the Saturday event, but then sometimes I do see it on the Sunday buffet as well.
We do.
Right? Yeah,
We do.
and of course the great pastry bar, and my favorite also, the ice cream sundaes. I don't know about you, but I think that San Bernardo ice cream is pretty darn good.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I don't know
it is.
if you saw that. There's
Yeah.
always people on the Let's Eat group who
Yes.
know how to just.
Is there such a thing as a bad ice cream?
No, it's
No,
fine. It's
not
a good,
to us.
It's a good product.
Not to anybody.
yeah.
Like when you're a little kid and you go to the ice cream truck, you know that strawberry shortcake or that ice cream sandwich is made of a substance that isn't found on this planet, but it's still a damn
No, this stuff is real.
It's real
ice cream. It's got good butterfat content, and you've got
Yes.
all the toppings on it.
Correct. And funny, like meeting the owner and so forth, that they're out, I think, in West
Miramar, I
End,
think.
yes.
Yeah,
And
I did some research on
yeah,
them after they were
and
unfairly.
So they deliver locally and so forth. But when you do the tasting with them, he brings in the various levels of the butterfat and says you want 14%,
they have
you want
different- yeah,
12%.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So you decide what level you want to go with.
What I learned about them is it's a family-run business, but they have two manufacturing plants, one here in South Florida and Miramar, and then there's another one, and they distribute to restaurants and other things around the country. But they have the various levels for those who want things on a richer, ultra premium level, for those things who want a little bit on the lighter side. And again, I love the setup because you brought it in, and kids of all ages just go crazy for it. And you got your toppings and your sprinkles and your, syrups and who doesn't like ice cream? So good job. Mike Mayo Eats at gmail.com.
The lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I guess that's.
They still like ice cream, though.
They don't tolerate lactose.
Yes,
Their body doesn't like it.
they're so intolerant. Hey, we got to do a contest. You ready for that, Joe?
Ready?
Okay, it's a good thing I remembered because I have no idea. I've lost all track of time. I think we've been on the air for about 50 minutes. We got to do one more break, though, right? All right, let's do the contest, and then we'll let Joe get back to work. I know he's got some important people in town and all that. All good. And again, we're going to have a nice weekend of racing here. Back to live action tomorrow and Sunday. It is time for this week's Lunchbox Gulfstream Sunday Brunch giveaway at 10 Palms. You emailed the answer to this week's restaurant trivia questions along with a horse selection for this week's Gulfstream Saturday contest race. And this week it's going to be race number 10, a 10-horse field. So numbers 1 through 10. It's going to be a 7-furlong affair, an allowance race. That's going to be on the main track. Again, post time about 5:38 p.m. Give me a number 1 through 10. And then this week's tiebreaker is
The WNBA Finals.
No,
Oh.
it's going to be Dolphins, Chargers, Sunday right here at Hard Rock Stadium, 1 p.m. You give me the winning team, the winning margin, and the winning point total. Last week was impressive because that FSU-UM game, the winner, Mark Balo, nailed it, had everything right. He had UM winning by 6 with a total of 50 points. So he was last week's winner, and that is impressive when you get every part of it right, including right down to the number of total points. And again, let's see. For this week's contest, we celebrate our new proud Papa Luby and devoted fathers everywhere. And a quick thing. There are 2 parts to this answer this week, and we'll need both of them. All right, here's the clues. This renowned South Florida chain started in 1959 as a liquor store lounge that later
Can you know who it is? Can you know who it is?
All right, that later branched out to family-friendly restaurants famed for their burgers, baby back ribs, and value lunch specials. The twin establishments, liquor store and restaurant, often sit side by side. Does everybody know it?
Yes.
Of
Both
course.
names?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. I'll do one more clue, even though I wrote 3. Number 2, the liquor stores took the founder's nickname. The restaurants boast the family's surname and also big green cups sporting the patriarch's
Okay.
visage.
So it's not who I thought it was. but
I
yeah,
was
got it.
having this conversation just last weekend. If you don't have at least 4 of those cups somewhere in your home, are you really a South Floridian?
No, the answer is
I
no.
don't think you could be authentically from South Florida if you don't have at least 4 of those green cups.
I've had 4 of the green cups, but I toss them every so often. But all right, I'm going to give the third and final clue. Louie, you know it, right?
Yes.
Okay. The restaurant now has 20 locations throughout South Florida. A family split a generation ago also gave rise to another mini chain with a similar concept and vibe. Those are known as the quarter deck restaurants. It's a kind of
Oh, you
foreign-
actually gave the name of them?
No.
What did you
No,
say
no,
the
no,
split
no.
was?
That's
No,
the,
no,
the-
That's
no,
not
no.
the answer, but like most people know that there's a connection between those places.
We make things easy here on our Lunchbox contest. It gets harder as you go along,
I
picking
mean, you
the
have to pick
horse
the exact score of the
and
game.
picking the score of the game. So
Yeah,
there
that's
you
the
have it. And
Wait, when
again,
did you say the split was? Did you say 10 years ago?
no, about a generation ago. I think it was like 20 to
Because the one
25
on
years.
17th Street, I feel like it's been there my whole life.
Two brothers
under that name.
Well, the
two
one in
brothers.
Sawgrass I've been going to my whole life.
Yeah.
Right. But the quarter decks split off from the main family. I'm going to guess probably in the early 90s or something. So probably
Okay.
over 30 years. But I'm guessing that part I did not research because that's not really part of the answer. So
Yeah.
Part of the clue.
that's part of the clue. So, all right. Send on your entries to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, Saturday, the 11th. Joe, that's going to do it. We got through it. Some days
We
are
did
harder
it.
than others.
Yes.
But the rain has stopped, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend here. I can feel it. So good luck with everything going on. Also, I forgot to ask you, you got like a little bit of a bare knuckle, was it MMA kind of fighting
Yes,
going
we
on
do.
tomorrow?
We
It's
do
a
have a
card that's taking
Total
place?
Combat League is here tomorrow, doing some MMA type of fighting. So Total Combat League, if I remember correctly, because we've had them a few times, it's a combat league that has MMA fighters that are assigned to different cities, and they fight like as a team. So your individual fight is worth X amount of points, like a round. So it might be 10-8 or 10-9 or 10-7 if you knock them out, and then what happens is they go through everybody once or twice, and then they come up with a total amount, and like the final
So it's like
scores.
team tennis. Back
I was going
100
to
years
no. It
ago.
sounds like the Ryder Cup of
Yeah.
bare knuckle fighting or something.
Don't say
Yeah.
that word.
Against Scotty
Yeah.
Scheffler.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's fun.
Although I don't know if you have teams fighting, I just hopefully nobody considers it gangs.
Now, where
and
does
then
that take
send
place?
in-
Oh,
Is that in the
Jesus.
walkway
That'll be
or-
in Sporting Kings.
Okay.
Oh, it's right
next
next
door.
door.
Next door in Sporting
And
Kings.
that's
Very
why
cool.
they're set up a green room right here,
Yes.
but they're doing weigh-ins today. I see a lot of muscular.
Yeah, they're out there
young-
doing weigh-ins, some interviews, and so forth. And then tomorrow will be the fighting. And like the score totals, like similar to wrestling. You know, it just
Mhm.
adds up, and then you determine who wins the match.
All right, it
To
should
be
be
clear,
fun.
we
If
mean
people
amateur wrestling, not pro wrestling.
if people
Correct.
want to come to that, a ticket's available on your website, or it's a separate
Separate
entity?
website.
Okay.
Again, Total Combat League. I don't have the website exactly, but I know they'll also be selling some tickets at the front
At
door.
the door.
Yep.
Okay,
Correct.
sounds like a good.
And I know the fighting. I think the doors open at 6:00, and I believe fighting starts at 7.
Okay, and that's tomorrow night,
Saturday
the
night.
11th.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, Joe, thank you very much. I'm glad that your Giants won. I'm sorry about
Yeah.
the Yankees.
Yep.
Not really. But yes.
I mean, they beat the Red Sox, so
Yes.
you know you got to take
that's something.
satisfaction in that.
And they outlasted the Mets, had a better season than the Mets, which cost me a bottle of Michter's rye that I have to
I
deliver.
saw that. By the way,
losing
if
a
you want to pay off early on that Miami in the top 10 bet, I'll give you a discount cash out.
I forgot. What do we do? I'm giving you $50.
No, other way around. I had to bet 50 to win 100 because
And that if
you
Miami
were so
fin-
confident Mario was going to
wait,
blow
but
it
they have to end the season
in the top 10.
Man, over.
10 of the AP poll after the
Correct.
bowl games and championship games are played.
No, after the championship games, before the bowl games was the terms of the bet.
Wait, no, you mean the conference? I'm
conference.
talking about
ACC.
no.
Oh, okay.
I went all the way to the end.
That's fine. You did not, and I can pull up the
I mean,
files. But that's fine. The playoffs
I
are
think-
work for me.
I think you're in a good spot, but nowadays you never know. Look at Texas and Penn State.
Thank
they,
you, Joe.
They were in top 3.
Yep.
Lost a game that neither one of them should have lost, and all of a sudden they're not even in the top 25.
Look,
I can't figure that out.
I still think
I mean, Penn
the
State
Mayo,
is totally justified.
the
Like,
Cristobal
UCLA
factor.
Yeah.
I see 2 unhinged losses coming late in the season.
I think one is always possible with Mario looking at their schedule.
One
I
will
don't
keep
think
you in the
there's two
top
teams they
10.
could lose.
Yeah.
I need 2, and I feel confident. I don't know. I mean, look, they look pretty good.
I mean,
against Florida
honestly, the way
State.
the season's going, you might be able to drop 4 games and end up number
Yeah,
10.
exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm prepared to pay.
I'm not saying Miami could, but like if Texas were to get hot and work their way back up, I could see them being like a 3 or 4 loss team and still being in number 10.
Thank you for reminding me about that wager. That one didn't write down on paper
yeah.
anywhere. I got to
Yeah.
text myself all the
We've got it
pending
recorded
wagers.
on the show.
Okay, good. As long as you got prove it, we're good. All right, before we go and take our second and final break today, gotta put in the good word about Casa D'Angelo. If you're looking for a place for a special occasion or just a weekend date night, Casa D'Angelo is what you are looking for. Top class, classic Italian cuisine served with old world, just aplomb. How's that for a word?
That is a
And
fancy
Nice.
word.
and great
you.
wines. I mean, talk about your cousin doesn't
Yeah.
need to bring a suitcase to Casa D'Angelo. They got like 18,000 bottles of wine at his flagship in Fort Lauderdale, and he's got some classics, all very fairly priced. They love taking care of people who appreciate good food and wine. There are 3 locations, one just south of the track here in Aventura. There's one in Boca Raton with our friend Chef Ricky, and then of course the flagship Casa D'Angelo in Fort Lauderdale, right there at 1201 North Federal Highway, right after the Big Bend. They're open 7 days. They got some great wine dinners coming up soon. Go online to their website at casa-d-angelo.com to check those out. And don't forget, it's almost white truffle season. They have great white truffle dinners when that season starts, usually right after Thanksgiving. So keep posted. We'll be talking about it here more. Casa D'Angelo for the finest in food, wine, and service.
So
All right,
I think I'm going to let you guys go.
Thank
Check on mommy and grandma. Joe, missing my friend. I will. I'm sorry I can't be there this week. Ken, sorry, it's always a disaster. But thank you for manning the ship because you probably were a lot calmer than I would have been. Mayo and I would have been sniping, and you're a lot better than I am in those situations. And I am so stoked. I've gotten reprieve from mommy that I will be there Monday for a Trans World Iconic Eatery show at Juan's. And
Yes.
I will be there next Friday for a Gulfstream Park show from Ten Palms.
And Luby, you would have been
You're
proud.
going to have to be.
You would have been proud of me because I am not a complete technological idiot because we were having trouble with the sound, and I actually guided Ken through. I said, you got to click the settings button. He found the audio switch. We switched it. And then
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I have
Look at
become
Mayo.
somewhat proficient in the arts of figuring out all the computer little gizmos and whatnot. But all right. Thank you, Luby. Enjoy your weekend with your new son. And
We'll see
we
you
will
guys.
see you on Monday at once. Okay. We'll be back after more with more after these words. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com.
Hey, Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at juans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox at Ten Palms. Again, there will be racing resuming here at Gulfstream tomorrow. And it looks like the rain has stopped. That's a good thing for the drives home. Everybody, hope they stay safe out there. Anybody got big plans for the weekend? Just watching football? Any kind of consumption of beverages or food out and about?
I mean, I'm sure those will be happening, but I'm not planning on it.
I've got a very low key weekend. Defo, any happy hours lined up with Boston Jimmy?
I'm sure I'll find my way somewhere.
That's good. I found myself somewhere last night. I went down to Miami Beach for a cultural evening. It was a lecture by Lech Walesa, the former.
I was
Is he
just
still
thinking,
alive?
I got to go see Lech
82
Walesa
years
speak.
old. He's,
Where was this?
This was in the Miami Beach Convention Center. They had a ballroom set up, and there was actually probably about 300 people that paid.
Oh yeah, wow.
And
Very interesting to go see a communist labor organizer
Well,
in
he's-
2025 Florida.
he's
That's-
actually anti-communist. He despised communism. He came up and fought and helped topple the whole, the time when the Soviet Union was crumbling. He was the union leader that formed Solidarity in the 80s.
Correct.
And then after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the crumbling of the Soviet Union in 89, he became Poland's first democratically elected president in 1990 in 50 years, that since before World War II. And he had some things to say about the current state of the world.
I imagine.
Does not like Putin that much. And although he was addressing a crowd that you didn't know where everybody stood because of being South Florida, he did label us as deserving of the leaders we get. And he said that we have a bunch of losers now that are running countries around the world. And that
fairly accurate, right?
And we need to kind of wake up and come to a new way of thinking of, instead of just being divided and taking things by force and having wars, that we need to be more communal to face the real threats that we're going to be facing
What
in
are the
the
real
world.
the aliens?
Well, AI, global warming, things like that we need more, broad-based solutions.
AI, like in terms of economic impact, or is he talking about like when the robots come to kill all of us?
Well, he's first concerned because he's an old union guy about when the robots come to take all the workers' place. He says it'll be great when we get down to a 3-hour workday and a 4-day work week, but what are we going to do for money and how are we going to spend it all and keep economies afloat?
UBI.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, but afterwards we went for a really nice dinner at a place I had never been before, where I've heard nothing but great things in Miami Beach, called Macchialina. Have you heard?
I have heard good things.
It's great. A lot of house-made pastas, small kind of trendy place. Again, like one of those, felt a little bit like Heritage, our friend Reno Sorbonne in Fort Lauderdale, but this Macchialina, a couple of well-known chefs. I think one of them worked with Michael White up in New York, who's a pasta savant, but some really good homemade pastas. Not an overwhelming menu, probably about like 3 meat-based entrees, 4 or 5 pastas, a bunch of different interesting, appetizers. But we had a great meal. Like
What
all
my
the
buddy used to call whatever Ma cooked that night Italian.
Yeah, but they had some really good. They had a polenta dish with some like soft crumbled sausage and mushrooms, and that was big enough to be a full meal. Usually you get these polenta appetizers as like 2 bites. This was for 3 of us. We could have stopped right there, but we didn't. We kept going, and some good wines on the wine list too. So highly recommend checking out Macchialina if you're ever in the South Beach.
Are you ever hanging out with Lech Walesa?
Look, I was a Soviet and Eastern European Studies major. It actually was exciting to get a chance to.
Well,
to see him.
most of those guys got killed, so like you can't go see Ceausescu speak.
Right. Well, no, he was on the opposite. He was an old school dictator in Romania.
Got that. I'm just saying that Soviet bloc group
Right.
was mostly dead.
Right.
Like
But
you can't go see a lot of them speak.
right, he's 82 years old, and he is a past recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, very
so-
hot topic, which I gotta say,
Well,
I'm not Mr. MAGA. I'm not a big fan. But I will say, like, this time around, it's kind of legitimate. Like,
Yeah, but-
I mean, there's a very good case to be made that he actually deserves this.
but you know how it works, right? That the body of work usually takes years, and it's usually debated and decided before the last couple
the
of
fix
weeks.
is in, is what you're
No,
saying.
it's based on stuff that happened basically up till a few months ago. Although they say really for 2024, and it went to this basically opposition leader in Venezuela who's been fighting for democracy. And
Because he's gotten a lot of results. Things in Venezuela are great for the opposition.
well, it's a she who's fighting for the opposition. And again, it's one of these things that I just said congratulations to her. And if I was her, I would not take any boat rides off the coast of Venezuela anytime soon, because I think somebody might be...
Like everybody's freaking out about that. That doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Like, are we really feeling bad about,
we're gonna
cartel speedboats? Yeah.
Are they really cartel speedboats, though? That's the question.
I mean, far as I know.
Oh, you trust everything that comes out of the well, that's it.
I don't trust necessarily anything, but I haven't seen anybody provide evidence to the contrary.
Well, I haven't seen anybody provide evidence to the affirmative either. So, well, we'll leave it go at that. Let us have a great weekend, everybody. Oh, and one more thing. On a rainy day like this, how about Happy Hour Tropical Acres? I'm going to be heading there right now, celebrating one of my friends' birthday was yesterday, so I'll buy him a couple of half-price cocktails there at the bar, 4:30 to 6:30, Tropical Acres. They also got the Twin Lobster Special going, $39 Monday through Friday. 2 freshly steamed New England lobsters with a salad and side dish. We love Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road in Old Dania Beach. Go on in, have a great time. They're open every day but Sunday. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Defo. And Luby, thank you also. All right, enjoy every sandwich.